Let's think about this. Do you remember from the last week we had the alternating current side? So we had a bus called the AC bus here, and we remember the AC bus had certain requirements. So we had a voltage which was alternating. It was changing its amplitude and it was changing its polarity. This is my voltage, this is my time, and we remember the numbers. Remember the numbers? There was the voltage was how much? 115 volt AC, just to be sure. My frequency, my number of times the voltage changes its polarity over 1 second is 400 Hertz. Now, in order to maintain these two parameters here, voltage and frequency, I have to make a bit of an effort. So if we supply the voltage from an AC alternator, a box like this, we need some other form of energy to drive it, and we mechanically bolt this to some form of engine. This engine can be a piston engine like in our cars or motorbikes, or in our ground power unit. It can be a piston engine like in a light aircraft. It can be a turbine engine like the engine on an Airbus or an Learjet. It can be a turbo shaft engine like in our APUs. It can be a ram air turbine, wind driven. It can be some hydraulic motor driven by a flow of oil, for instance. There are many variations. Now when I drive this alternator, I produce an electrical current inside, and I can feed that electricity to my bus. Now my problem is the engine doesn't run on constant RPM. We have variable RPM here. So in takeoff my engine runs on high RPM, in cruise maybe on medium RPM, in a descent and landing low RPM, and I cannot control this for the benefit of the alternator because I need to take care of my thrust. So I do not have the benefit of a constant RPM, which actually I would need in order to achieve a constant frequency. I need to do something. What I can do is I can separate this alternator mechanically from my engine. So I put it back here, and I build a box in between. And this box is simply a gearbox. This gearbox changes the variable RPM from the engine into constant RPM. And consequently we call this thing the constant speed drive. Constant speed drive. Alright, we can put everything into one box for simplification and call this our integrated drive unit. Now we still have to take care of another parameter, that is the voltage here. So the voltage has to be kept constant regardless of the flow of current into the system. So let's say at daytime we have just a few consumers. At nighttime we have to add the light, for instance, so our current consumption of electricity goes up. So we have to keep all these things under nice control and check. And again, the way to do this is to separate now on the electrical side the alternator from the bus. Oops, didn't work. Once more. Take this away. And I put another box in between. This other box would be a generator control unit. Can I press this in here? Generator control unit. That's on the electrical side. And that's the way it works.